The Interstellar War College's Combat Theory Examination Hall hummed with nervous anticipation as representatives from 12 different species settled into their seats. Commodore Vrylak, the Crethorian proctor, stood at the front with his forearms folded, his crystalline carapace catching the glare of the overhead lights. "Today's examination will test your tactical acumen under extreme pressure," he announced, his voice carrying the weight of a veteran who had commanded fleets in countless campaigns. "You have 3 hours to devise a strategy for defending Citadel Arc 9 against an assault by a Scythe-born battle group. Scenario parameters are final. No alterations will be entertained." At the far back, Elena Vos, the only human present, sat quietly. At 22 years old, she was barely out of adolescence by human standards, and practically an infant compared to her classmates, an Illyrian strategist of 60 years, a Zelvani war philosopher approaching 3 centuries, and others equally seasoned. Her mere presence was considered a running joke in the Academy's halls. As Vrylak began distributing the scenario data, Captain Drogar, a hulking Cravian with ritual scars etched into his slate-grey hide, leaned back in his chair, radiating smug confidence. The Kyverin triplets, renowned for their hive-linked tactical brilliance, began their ritual of synchronized breathing. Even Terev, the usually jittery Thrissian delegate, appeared more at ease than the human girl methodically arranging her writing tools. "The simulation begins now," Vrylak declared. "Citadel Arc 9, population 43,000, faces imminent destruction by a Scythe-born fleet of unprecedented strength. Military resources are scarce. Evacuation is impossible. Reinforcements are 72 hours away. Begin." The room fell silent save for the tapping of styluses and the clicking of alien input keys. Elena stared at her tablet for 30 seconds, then raised her hand. Vrylak's 3 eyes fixed on her with barely concealed annoyance. "Cadet Vos, the parameters are non-negotiable. Questions are not—" "I have one question," Elena cut in, her voice calm but carrying. Heads turned, some looked amused, others irritated. "Do you want casualties?" she asked evenly. "Or do you want ideas?" Vrylak's mandibles twitched in confusion. "Explain." "If you want the lowest casualty rate possible, I'll give you the textbook solution. Defensive grids, staged withdrawals, stretching our survival until help arrives. Clean, predictable. Very respectable." She leaned forward slightly. "But if you want real innovation, if you want to know how we think when the walls are closing in, then casualties become just another tool." The room had gone utterly still. Even the venerable Zelvani scholar had paused mid-sentence to listen. "In human warfare," Elena continued, "we have a saying, no plan survives contact with the enemy. But we also have another. The enemy's plan doesn't survive contact with us either." She walked toward the front, unhurried. Vrylak didn't stop her. "Every species here fights like it's a game of star chess. Predictable moves, calculated sacrifices, elegant theories. Captain Drogar over there, he's building a glorious last stand to be sung about for centuries. The Kyverin, running probability nets for optimal efficiency. Terev, looking for the path that saves the most lives, even at the cost of victory." "And you, Cadet Vos?" Vrylak asked quietly. "I'm going to win," she said simply. "Not survive, not limit casualties, not craft a pretty case study for some historian. I'm going to destroy every Scythe-born ship and save every last person on that station." Drogar laughed, a harsh, grinding sound. "Impossible. The parameters are designed to make victory impossible. That's the entire point of this exam." "No," Elena said, returning to her seat. "That's the point for your species. You all accept the rules like scripture. Humans change the rules. We break them. We make impossible into someone else's problem." For the next 2 hours, she typed relentlessly. One by one, the others finished and filed out, some glancing back with open curiosity. Only she remained when the clock expired. Vrylak approached as she set her stylus down. "Your results, Cadet." Elena looked up, eyes tired but unyielding. 43,000 civilians, 0 casualties, Scythe-born fleet. Annihilated. Citadel Arc 9 renamed in honor of the survivors' gratitude. The Commodore's carapace shifted through several hues as he read. His mandibles clicked rapidly, either agitation or astonishment. "This is," he began, then stopped. "Either the work of a tactical prodigy or a complete lunatic." "In human history," she replied, packing her things, "those are often the same." She had nearly reached the door when Vrilak called after her. "One last question. How did you know I valued innovation over clean casualty numbers?" She smiled faintly over her shoulder. "Because you're not just any proctor. You're Commodore Vrilak, hero of the Trelos offensive, the commander who saved 2 million lives by doing the one thing every analyst said couldn't be done. You didn't design this exam to watch us fail politely. You designed it to find someone crazy enough to win." The door slid shut behind her, leaving Vrilak alone with a battle plan that could rewrite interstellar doctrine, and a dawning realization of why humans, fragile though they seemed, had never once lost a war. In the corridor, Elena allowed herself the smallest of smiles. She had done what humans always did when the odds were stacked against them. She had changed the game.